a lot. I got to learn about the poop slide incident today. They told me about that. Apparently it happened once.
The poop slide?
Mm-hmm.
What's the poop slide incident?
So apparently this one girl, when she was a toddler, they used to have the toddler room set up where there was like a slide that could go down in it.
Oh, and this is going to be amazing.
She pooped so much that it like overfilled her diaper and all the way down the slide and all the way around the slide, and all the kids that went down the slide after her were also covered in it.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's amazing.
Because the teacher turned around for like 2 minutes.
Kids are the best.
And that was a great way to start the second half of this episode.
Yep.
And I didn't have to. Oh, that was my bad.
Yeah, we were super live during that. I'm going to ask you guys if you were ready. We had it. There was a general yes. Then we jumped into that. I didn't want to interrupt because I didn't have any idea where poop slide was going. I thought if it was cotton, it wouldn't get too dirty. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I Googled poop slide, I'm going to get links to websites that are going to give me viruses.
You don't want to do that. You don't want that on your search.
No, but it's exactly what it sounds like. 100% what it sounds like.
Yeah, I knew if it was cotton, it wasn't going to be deleted at all. It was still a terrible story.
Yeah.
It was told well, but it was disgusting, and I'm glad that I wasn't eating during it.
I'm glad that I wasn't working there when it happened.
Oh, that'd be a nightmare. The worst thing that Evie ever did to us in public is we had her in the kids section at a Barnes and Noble, and they had like this whole like Thomas the Tank Engine setup table, and she threw up like directly into this thing, but it has walls, so it just created like this vomit pool, and like it was all over the floor. Like a couple kids slipped in it. It was amazing. But no, I mean that was it. Let's go back to the show. I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see here. So, let me get his name again. Lomenthal Cyranor of Clan Blackweb. You've phonetically put it out correctly, even if it's not spelled correctly. That's perfectly fine. Who is Lefty over here? Who are we looking at with the bow?
Lomenthor?
This is the chibi version of him? He got all Donna-ized?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. He says, well, I'm sorry, I'm not sure I caught your name. He's gesturing to you, Lyra.
I'm Lyra.
My people have a long culture, a rich history. We are strongly bound together by the ties of our society. And I do not appreciate your casting judgment upon us. Yes, we do take what you would call slaves. If they were powerful enough to escape their freedom, they would be welcomed among our society. They are people without political power, economic power, physical power, and we provide them with an outlet in life that is fulfilling to not only themselves, but to society.
So you're saying the slaves kind of enjoy being slaves?
I would never say that they enjoy being slaves. I would say that they can find spiritual fulfillment in having a purpose. If we were not to take them in underneath our protection, they would wander this island freely. Could you imagine a common elf wandering the upside of this island? Let's not even speak of the terrors of the Undermountain. Do you think an average individual with no weapons or armor, no training, humble, youth, cast out from society because they have no useful family or skills, could survive in even this forest?
So your guys' theory is you're helping them by providing them a unhappy, tormented life as opposed to a death.
Their lives are... Tormented is such a strong word. I would say that we provide them with protection and use in a way that they would not be able to find fulfillment anywhere else on this island.
But you said that they use fear. So a life
Oh, no.
constantly in fear.
We use fear to torture people. You know, physically beating someone, they'll simply cry out whatever it takes in order to stop. We don't beat our slaves. They know their place. If they refuse to work, they will simply not eat or drink. A very short time after, they'll perish and die. Beating slaves. Ridiculous. Is that what they teach you all on your many large continents to the west of here? How gauche.
But, gauche as we may be, it seems like we might be of use to you in your political rivals.
I am not certain that you could procure the finesse necessary to undertake my plans. I am much more focused now that I understand your mind frames. I like you all, and I will keep the price small for the information of Clan Blackweb, and smaller still for an additional letter that will get you in to negotiate with someone of substance for the release of your win. But I should forewarn you that it will require great funding to free this woman.
You know, a lot of people don't like us. I really appreciate that statement.
I have found enjoyment in our conversation so far. You have a fresh and unique perspective on life that I consider thoroughly naive. But I have to respect, just like I would ask you to respect my people's culture, that you were born in a different place and time. Slavery is not one of the fundamental forces of your culture. It baffles me. It truly does. I don't know how you get anything done.
We hire people to do it. We divide the work up amongst ourselves.
We also divide the work up. We just make sure it gets done.
And so what is this price you're talking about?
He pulls out a ledger and a empty sack and says, I believe that for a small sum, let's say 50 gold pieces, I can provide you with the location of Clan Blackweb, more importantly, a letter that will get you through the door to negotiate with someone of substance. 50 gold surely should not be beyond the means of any gestures to your armor. Someone with your level of wealth. I mean, look at this beautiful horse, this well-maintained equipment.
The horse is magic, so I don't think it cost anything.
I understand now. Still, the weapon, the armor, the clothing. This is not a man unaccustomed to wealth. I've seen it among the higher castes of my own people.
The price is reasonable. I'll give you that. But how do we know that we're not walking into a trap of your own making? Or perhaps what other information can you give us about?
He stops writing and turns to look at you, and he seems his proud face turns wounded, as if you don't trust me. When you first came here, the guardians of this place would have slaughtered you. The succubus, you fight with the hobgoblins. I come in peace to negotiate in the name of good faith.
Technically, they could have set a trap here, but they didn't.
Trust me?
Well, I'm not saying that you would do anything
I would hate to walk away from 50 gold, Prince Hyrule. What more could I do to convince you of my trustworthiness?
I'm not saying you don't have our best interests at heart. However,
I have my own interests at heart here.
However,
that is how you know that I negotiate in good faith. Your gold in my pocket.
we need more information about, say, the Undermountain. Where we're going. We can't just be walking in blind.
The Undermountain is vast. It stretches for many cubic miles.
Mm-hmm. And you were saying our destination lies 2 days away from here.
To the south, yes.
To the south.
You will pass out of the forest on the first day, and you will walk across the craggy Badlands. I can provide you with a list of landmarks that will direct you towards where you will surely stumble upon a Clan Blackweb patrol. Merely surrender yourselves to their presence and offer them my letter.
All right, I'll take you up on that offer.
He nods and smiles a little bit and returns to writing after pushing the empty sack towards you.
Okay, I'll give him the 50.
He finishes writing with a massive flourish and hands you a letter in Undercommon.
So we can't read it. I can't read it. I'm not saying that aloud, but I show the letter to everybody. Does indicating does anybody read this?
I'm sorry, I fell asleep again, and I think I peed myself. What's going on?
Listen,
I show him the letter.
Do you know who I can't remember his name. ProZD is? Mick?
Who? No, I don't.
ProZD? Alright, listen. This guy has hundreds of very funny videos. They're all like 30 seconds to 1 minute long, and they relate to video games and anime. A ZD, not... It's P-R-O-Z-D.
Oh, Pro ZD.
Correct, that is it. There's one that's called like annoying anime character that you know will one day be good, and his friend's sitting down and he's like, don't worry, this guy's gonna get good later, and he's like, I Benji, I'm pooping my pants now, I pee a little bit, and he's like, I hate this guy, and the other dude's just like, don't worry, he's gonna get good later, he's gonna be the hero of the whole show, and he's like, I'm pooping and peeing, and now I'm pooping in my pee. Fucking all of ProZD's, I think that they're very much your humor, Mick. You should check some of that shit out on YouTube. He's created his own fantasy video game world about Prince Horus and King Dragon. That's so good. Cherem anime where people fall in love with furniture. Chair harem. Yeah, so anyway. You all are looking at this letter. It's an Undercommon. You can't read it.
Yeah, I don't think I read Undercommon. I can't even see my languages. That should be in feature and traits, right?
I just want to whisper to Ashigan, I'm highly concerned about this guy following us because I'm really worried he's just gonna die.
Look, this one orange shoulder right there makes me think of stormtrooper sergeants right now.
Yeah. I can see that.
That's how you could tell he's important.
And I'm not sure if I can fix that kind of death.
He's a big boy. He makes his own decisions.
But should we encourage these decisions?
I don't think we've encouraged anything.
We haven't dissuaded him either.
Right.
Okay.
Goblin, that's what I got. Okay. Goblin is different from Undercommon, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we're done here. What do you guys think? I indicate to everybody else.
I'm sorry.
Is our business concluded?
If you two are satisfied, I'm satisfied.
Technically, this was your business, which is kind of here.
Okay, fine.
So if you're satisfied, I guess we're done. If you want to keep, doing your thing, we'll just wait for you.
Failing to negotiate? No, I think I'll just mosey along.
Is your lady friend around? I'd like to at least say hi to her before we go.
What lady friend?
I think Alicia's gone.
Ash's lady friend. I was hoping I'd get a chance to meet her.
It's
We're trying to find Win.
But here's my question: do you actually believe her name is Alicia?
No, I don't.
Okay,
it's
Ilena. I would love if he just forgot her name, though. It would be so on point for a guy who just didn't care about her at all.
Oh, the succubus lady? She's probably long gone since Ash tried to kill her when, he gave a very strong he wasn't interested vibe when he brought out his sword and tried to stab her.
Well, in goblin mating rituals, that is a strong...
I don't think I want to know about any goblin mating rituals, so you can just...
Yes, it probably is better kept to oneself.
It's one of those stories you just kind of put in a box and you just bury it deep inside.
Deep
wow.
inside.
I want to remind everyone that it's Men's Health Month this month. Don't do exactly what Cotton just described, ever.
So you think that they should talk about goblin mating rituals?
No, I just mean that they should probably not push it all down like that.
No, I said that's a story you should keep down. A tidbit of knowledge you should just...
Do you ever watch the How It Should Have Ended videos?
Yes, I do.
And the one for Frozen, they're like...
I can't remember it. I've certainly seen
it. Every time you say so, you say the wrong thing. Listen, we have a friend.
So until next time, Lomenthor, we will see you.
I would be amused to see you return. For what reason might you return to the market? Are you perhaps in the market for slaves? There are several here right now that I could procure for you.
You have slaves here?
Are there any new rules with their marketplace?
Well, we try not to damage the merchandise anymore.
Anymore?
Oh no, you certainly wouldn't want to ruin your slaves before you put them to work.
Exactly. No, you wouldn't want to ruin them at all.
That's just
defeats
terrible.
The point.
Yes. I mean, why have slaves if you're just going to run them into the ground?
Exactly. I agree completely. You have such a fundamental understanding of our base culture.
Well, slavery...
You might have a place among our organization. If you ever feel like joining the team, I'm always looking to expand my administrative staff at the market.
Oh, no, I couldn't retire behind a desk. It's my lot to go out in glorious battle, making sure someone looks even more glorious than I do. I would not be content with any less.
Very well, I understand.
If your whole purpose is to go out in glorious battle, how long have you been trying to do that?
Oh, for quite a few years. So, in Goblin Mating Ritual...
I don't want to know about those. Leave that part to yourself.
Allow me to list several of the ways that I and my organization... He pulls out a tiny set of glasses, sets aside the ledger he's working on, and pulls out another ledger. Improved sanitary conditions, improved environmental conditions. We are working on reversing the infernalization of the area. Of course.
So how do you feel about the hellhounds?
If we could remove them safely, we would. However, they are...
So if we ever come back to this market, it'll probably be to kill the hellhounds because we are not a fan.
What you do in the market is your own business. As long as you pay for entrance, whatever pleasures you might find here are within reason and our new rules, your own business.
I mean, are you looking for exterminators of these hellhounds?
I named him Spot.
When you say that,
available for adoption?
He holds his quill still for long enough that the ink blots off of the end of it, and he pulls out another ledger that he places on top of that one and says, well, now we're talking about an entirely different situation. He puts his small glasses away and pulls out an even larger set of glasses and says, one standard contract negotiation fee, removal of hellhounds, is it? What is your price? Well, let's begin at the beginning. Who am I negotiating with?
Myself.
Lead Ash is our leader.
Prince Hyrule, what offer do you require for the removal of 5 hellhounds?
What say you to... I'm going to say 30 gold apiece.
How about free entrance into the marketplace while we're doing our job?
Well, plus the 30 gold. I mean, like, we should get paid something, right? Like, not just the 15.
We run into a situation. There are not just hellhounds here. There are many monsters of a sort which refuse to bend to the local rules. I could prepare bounty papers for you to investigate this prison further and help free up market space location. 30 gold per head is a price that's negotiable, I assume.
I think for the other bounties, it'll depend on what we are going after.
We can't have a generic bounty head?
I wouldn't consider hellhounds to be worthy of generic bounty head. I mean, we don't know what kind of monstrosities exist in this. I mean, there's a gate to hell down there, as far as I know. Or at least as far as what I heard.
There has been such rumors. We have yet to find it.
Plane, not necessarily.
This entire prison facility has undergone a process called infernalization. It has a strong connection to the infernal planes. You might notice the ambient temperature is much warmer than normal.
Oh, I know.
Evil magic suffuses the area.
Yes, it's way too hot in here.
I will offer 20 per head for the hellhounds. And if you return with their carcasses, we can, to be remitted to me, we can talk about further bounty hunting within this facility. I understand that you have some moral issues with murder, but I assure you that I will only set you against creatures which are both what you would consider fundamentally evil and what I would consider to be fundamentally against the lawful organization of the market.
25 and you have a deal.
Make a persuasion check.
Right.
You know, I don't think I've ever done a bounty negotiation in D&D. Ever. Ever. In 9 years, a natural 1.
How does it feel about your bounty negotiation thing, though?
He stops writing and says 20.
20's fine.
Ash, you're really bad at this stuff.
I'm going to put my hand on Ash's shoulder and be like, you really should have gone for a better price, but I think that's acceptable.
Very well. 5 hellhound bodies, heads removed, 100 gold pieces to be paid. Please enjoy your time in the flesh market and try not to cause too much trouble.
So I kind of lean into Lyra and I say, do you think we're ready for these guys today, or should we come back another day?
Well, let's see. Last time we went in with 3 people.
We got murdered, but we didn't know what was happening.
Did you give this guy tactical camouflage?
Yeah, I
Oh
don't know
my
what I'm doing.
god. No, it's fine. Look, listen, I'm not saying anything bad about this. I fucking love it.
I just sort of did a dark elf, you know.
What are we looking at here? Mick, I don't know what I'm looking at. There's a woman, she's jumping, she's got wings. There's a guy on the ground. He's in a dramatic 3-point pose.
It's just this this idea I've been toying with, like,
Very well.
You know, a flower fairy and then like a mushroom troll, and then they live in an ornate garden together.
I can't wait to see when this comic is published.
I like the posing.
I also like the posing. I'm a little worried that it looks like she's going to step on his head, though. That's some.
Yeah, I think I'm going to shrink him. Some
that's some 18+ content that they don't allow on Twitch.
I'll be streaming this on Mixer.
Oh my God.
Big Carta.
Yeah, Big Cardo probably. So only when you're gonna stream it on DeviantArt by posting 1-minute updates.
So, like, out of character, I don't know. I don't know if we could take these guys on, like, right now. But I feel like that's the opportunity we have before us in this episode.
I'm not sure if we have enough time to finish a battle.
And just use the horse as a sacrifice.
Wait, what do we need to sacrifice for?
Well, in case we need to run.
Well, I would hate for you to give up such a fine steed as you have with you. So, should that
we are not using a sacrifice.
Yeah, we're either taking these guys on or, you know.
I will defer to the judgment of my heroes.
Okay, it's been a while. What was Shep's character's name?
Which one?
Baldrock?
His new one.
Gizmo.
Maybe we should return to town and find some of our friends like Gizmo.
God's like, maybe we should return next week when we have 4 to 5 players.
Okay. So why don't we try going back and maybe exploring the forest for the rest of the episode?
We could do a little exploring.
Yeah, right?
Definitely could get some meat for the villagers.
Yeah. So I signaled to Lowenthal. So next, we'll be back again to clear out those hellhounds. I assume that our passage will be cared for. Or our passage will be free next time we come through.
If you are here to exterminate, your passage will be comped.
Thank you, Lowenthal.
But if you were to leave without presenting me with the bodies of the hellhounds, then I would charge you to exit.
That makes sense. That's fair. If you have coin, because you has wares, yeah.
What if we have get like half of them?
Then you will be paid half the price.
But we won't have to pay to leave?
I would assume that you would return once more to finish the job.
Of course.
One does not accept a job and not finish it among my people.
No, I was just meaning if we got half and then had to return home to like resupply or something, we could come back. Or we couldn't find the other two or
You
something.
could perhaps find supplies here in the market. The diversification of wares is unsteady now, but once word reaches all of Undermountain, I expect that this stronghold within the forest will become...
But what if we wanted to like go home and sleep and then come back?
You could sleep here. But I understand what you're saying. I would not stop you from such movements.
So, you know, I make my way out to the statues and allow for everybody to follow.
I'll follow. I will also make sure Fulbrook follows.
So, like, are we walking through the market to how we get out of the market?
I think you're going the other way, actually. Right?
We actually haven't entered the market.
Yes.
Oh, so we're just in like the holding area. Okay.
Yeah, we're in like a lobby.
There's no stalls for him to be like constantly distracted by.
I haven't really seen any stalls other than a slaver like wall, like where they have like a portcullis, and then behind that is where they sell slaves. Other than that, we haven't seen anything for
I
sale.
would point out that how should I say this? Local management was not big on mobility.
We had to specify what we were going to, and we asked for the flesh market. That's why we saw that part.
Okay.
So I don't know, Mick, if you, I mean, does it matter if he's in the room? Can we just continue, or?
Yeah, I'll just follow out then.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you guys already paid to come in, so if you want to go in, you can go in. If you want to leave, you can leave.
Do you want to look at the new market, Ash?
I'm open to it. I figure our time is usefully spent exploring. But yeah, we can check out the market if you want. I mean, I'd say it's probably going to be more flesh market, right?
I'll just gesture for him to go to whichever direction he wants.
To Fulbright or Ash?
You.
Okay, I'm going back out, I guess.
You're returning to the circle.
Yeah.
Well.
Fulbark?
Yeah, that guy.
Fulbark.
You can hear as you're leaving, Loa's going, "For now, the misty woods. One day, all of the shattered plain."
Hey, what does that mean?
I simply mean that one day all of the misty woods may fall underneath the gentle fist of drow mercantilism. You realize this is now an outpost of the Under Mountain.
You really are a smart bunch. Getting in early on a new venture, waiting for it to blow up and take over this whole area. You guys are very well positioned to take advantage of it. I commend you. I feel much better having cast my lot with such fine, frugal, and forward-thinking adventurers.
You concern me sometimes.
It takes this. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm old. Let's go.
It's
Okay.
like I'm too busy drawing to come up with some dope ass old person lines. Who's offering their blood?
I will.
No, hero. Please allow me. This is why I come.
Please roll a d4. That's how much blood you need. In order, you have to put your hand on each of the small statues that are making weird noises. Yep, one hit
Leo
point.
looks very concerned when he cuts himself, like he's just gonna like fall over and die or something.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
She's like ready to like revivify him if he dies.
All of you find yourselves back out in the ruins that lead to the prison of El Barad King.
Oh shit! How do you scale on this again now? This is
Upper right hand corner. There's like a
there it is.
wheelie toggle.
We have the day, Lyra. Which direction would you like to go, or Fulborg? What direction strikes you?
Well,
Whichever direction you find adventurers would like to go, I will follow.
that direction is to the Rat King's cave, so not that way because we already know what's over there.
Okay. We can either go north or.
The Rat King's cave is north,
Oh, is it?
but it's only like an hour north.
He says that, and she goes, "That's the exact direction I just said not to go."
I didn't see you pointing. So south or I guess
You can go north, east, south, or west. I mean, look, you've only gone 6 hours east into a massive forest for which you have no idea how far east it continues to go.
What
Right.
what are we looking for?
We're just exploring, looking for things that are fun.
Adventure,
Right,
excitement.
I'm just gonna wander off in the direction of.
Oh boy, Mccomicker, everybody. My favorite.
South.
Very well.
Oh, there he goes.
The rest of you watch as Fulbrook begins wandering south.
She
so. I
watches
join
for
him.
like a minute and sighs before going after him.
Look, I found a rock.
Oh, that's great.
Don't eat the moss.
Why would you tell him that? He's probably gonna eat it now.
Well, now that you mentioned moss, there is a tale in our Church of Meh about a wonderful cave full of mushrooms that provided the most exquisite visions.
Church of Meh? Oh my god. You know that this campaign takes place in the same world as the Mortrick campaign, right?
Is it before or after?
It happens at the same time.
Oh,
It's
concurrently?
coterminous. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. I love that there's a secret hobgoblin goblin society church of Mortrick. I just don't know what he's done to earn it. I can't wait to explore this if and when we ever get the other show back up. The Church of Man. It just sounds like, you know, we decided to make it a church just because.
Yeah, I mean, what else were we gonna do with it?
You have 6 hours of daylight left if you would like to travel. Or you could, of course, continue traveling in the night. Are you all following Fulbrook, or are you splitting the party up?
No, we're following.
Yeah, we're following.
Fulbrook, could I have you make a survival check, please?
I'll get all my stats plugged into.
All right, you can just roll a d20 and tell me your bonus. You know,
There it is. Well, I
who
had to
knows
look
how
at-
long you're gonna live at this point? Anyway, you just decided to wander in a random direction.
In a very dangerous forest.
I
7.
rolled great.
Excellent.
Don't worry.
You have no idea where you are. You start wandering south, and Lyra, you have perfect memory and ability to map out. You realize that he's walking in circles at some point, and then he ends up in an infinity loop. You go through that twice.
Hey Ash, should I tell him that she just mentioned motions of a circle?
Look
Or
at
should we
this.
just-
This tree looks like that tree over there. This is amazing. Are these trees duplicated? Perhaps there's
Should
some arcane wizardry at work.
Should I help him or just kind of let him, have fun?
I say you help him.
Speaking of having fun, Cotton, can you roll a d12 real quick?
Oh,
Right, encounter table time. You guys have managed to duck and dodge encounters over and over again. And it appears you will once more.
What do we have to roll to get an encounter?
I am not
Don't tell me that.
giant rat guy. That seems like Tice, for sure. Rat King's Thunder. That's my new module.
Sounds
Tyranny
like
of
Dark
Rat
Souls.
Kings. Yeah. What are some other good known D&D 5e adventures that I can turn into things about the Rat King?
I don't know. Is there
Oh no,
anything
I'm
about
getting
an
there.
Emerald?
I'm getting there. Polo's Guide to the Rat King, Curse of Rat King, Descent into Rat King's Lair. Ooh, Descent into the Rat King's Lair actually does sound like a really good one. Oh, Lost Mines of Rat King. That's the one right there. It's a starter adventure about the Rat King. As night begins to set in and a chill fog comes, Lyra, you all are you're the farthest you've ever been from home at this point. You've headed south just a little bit, but you're nowhere near what you would assume to be the border of the forest.
Should we head back, or do we have any way of making a safe camp?
I don't know. We definitely don't have enough people for someone would have to stay up really late in order for us to all.
If you need someone to go at night without sleep,
I don't. It's definitely not you.
I can stay awake all night if need be. No worries. You heroes need your rest.
We've seen you fall asleep 4 or 5 times already today.
What? That's ridiculous. I have not. I was watching that. Whatever.
I'll just lean over to Ash and say, we have 2 people who can keep watch. So we got to make a very wise decision on this. We might just walk home throughout the night.
You do know there is safety market.
We could see the marketplace did say they had places to stay. Do you think they have a hotel? An inn?
I'd rather not supply them with any further money for their flesh markets if we can.
I'd rather not either, but we can't.
They're rebranding. It's not called the flesh market anymore. It's called the market.
I mean,
it's under new management.
Tell them that we're there to hunt the hellhounds and then, leave in the morning after a fruitless night.
I don't think they're going to appreciate that. I mean,
we could not lie and just say we need a safe place to sleep.
They seem like reasonable people. I'm sure they'd accommodate us.
Are you sure you don't have any way of keeping us safe, Phobor?
Do you really want to leave? I'm just...
I can create a tiny hut. I mean, that's what I sleep in while traveling.
I mean, I've heard of that.
I would hate to volunteer a solution if that's going to interfere with plans that you've already made.
I think that would work fine for us.
You give me so many concerns.
Who are you putting inside the tiny hut?
I thought all 3 of us can go in.
What's happening with Echo?
I mean, can Echo go in too?
It's a 10-foot radius. How big is your horse?
If you attempt to put a creature larger than medium, the spell fails.
Oh, right. That's right. I can dispel.
Correct, but you'll need to resummon Echo in the morning.
That's right.
You're doing this then? You're all going into Lehman's tiny hut?
Sure.
Fulbork. What temperature for you do you feel Fulbork is comfortable at?
Oh, no, he's old. He likes it warm. It's like 80 plus in there.
It's also dry. Is it dimly lit or dark?
It's dimly lit because I have dark vision, so he wouldn't overlight.
Well, no, you can't make it light, but you can make it dimly lit or dark.
Yeah, no, it's dimly lit.
What is the color of it outside?
On the outside?
Because it's completely opaque, but it's of one color.
Like, his fur is, like, it used to be kind of a vibrant red, but now it's more like a sad gray red, and that's the color of the hut.
All of you fit relatively comfortably inside. It's a 10 by 10 foot radius, so, like the size of a really small studio apartment. There's enough space for the 3 of you to lie down and put your stuff down, and that's about it.
Actually, I hate this place.
It's a little warm, but it's dry and comfortable.
Well, welcome to my hut. Sorry I haven't, said anything out, but I've so rarely get visitors.
Thank you so much. It was very generous of you to provide us with that.
Oh, please, anything, my heroes. I hope it's to your liking. If you need me to change anything, I can certainly do that.
Like the temperature?
No. You can't adjust the temperature after it's cast.
Is the temperature not to your liking?
Well, it's rather warm.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. Maybe next time.
I'm just... Oh, wait, what do I need for this? A small crystal bead? Is a small crystal bead considered...
Does it cost anything?
Doesn't cost anything.
It's just a spell component. The real question is, are you casting it as a ritual or as one of your actual spells?
You have to take ritual caster for that, though, right?
Yes.
Or do wizards just get ritual casting?
You have to have ritual caster to do it.
Okay, no, so I have to.
I don't know whether wizards start with it or not, though.
No, you have to have it in your spell book as a ritual for you to cast it.
Right, but I also have to ritual caster as a.
No, you don't need it as a feat. As a wizard, you have the automatic capacity to cast rituals, but they have to be in your spell book as a ritual. Well, that's to be in your spell book. And
it's there. When he learns spells, he also learns them as a ritual.
Right.
Yeah. It's
so if you want to ritual cast it, you can. It'll just take 11 minutes.
Okay, yeah. As soon as she says she doesn't like the temperature, I dispel the hut.
You're gonna recast it then? I would love to hear what your ritual looks like. Is there lots of chanting? Is there chalk? Is there rhythmic dancing? Is there kneeling and praying? What do you do to prepare the area for the ritual?
I would take my staff and I kind of scratch a line around the diameter of it, and then I pause for a moment and I consider, how I want the layout to be, what I want the temperature to be.
Look at Mr. Final Fantasy Tactics over here.
Did you do the ritual the first time you cast it?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Because then ritual doesn't take the slot, right? Yeah.
It doesn't. That's why it takes an extra 10 minutes to cast on top of whatever the normal.
And then I think I just keep going, I spiral in from that outer edge until I get to the middle. And when I get to the middle, whoop, there it is. Hut.
What type of temperature are we looking at now?
Whatever Lyra requested.
She requested it a little bit cooler. That's all she said.
A little bit. So
it's thinking 72.
It's 2 degrees cooler.
It's 78 degrees now instead of 80?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this good? I could do it again.
I mean, that's the kind of warm where, you just take your socks off, switch to shorts and a sleeveless t-shirt,
It does get cold at night. I don't know how insulated these.
It's 100% insulated. It's almost another plane. It's not quite at that level of magic yet. It is 100% insulation though.
I mean, is this good? I can cast it again. It's really no problem.
He's like, I could take another, 11 minutes.
I feel really bad that you actually recast it. I was meaning to make you do that.
My comfort is of no concern. You two need to worry about yourselves and allow me the same privilege. To worry about you, not myself.
No, you've got to. Okay, well, you got to worry about yourself too.
Well, I mean, as a shield wizard, it's not my job to worry about myself.
What if I told you that if you suddenly died, it would be very upsetting to me and my health?
Oh shit! She just guilted the fuck out of you.
In the 60 years I served as a shield wizard, I've never once been told that my demise would be anything more than a minor inconvenience as they brought another shield wizard up from the reserves. So I appreciate you lying to an old man in his twilight years to make him feel better.
I did not lie to you.
No, that's not true.
I would be very distressed if you died. You can ask Ash. Last time a party member died, I was very upset.
Well, yes, but I'm sure the party member that died was a hero.
You too are a hero.
Oh, I absolutely am not a hero.
we gotta have Ash turning to look towards the setting sun as we get our My Hero Academy moment, and the music swells as he says, "Young man, you too could become a hero. Take my power."
Whether you believe yourself to be a hero or not, you are a friend of ours now. And when any of my friends are gone, it would cause me great distress. So if you die, I would be very upset.
Oh, well, I would not want to cause you distress. So if my dying would cause you distress for that reason alone, I will do my best to not die.
I appreciate that, because I am very concerned about you.
Concerned about who?
You know what? Never mind. Try not to die.
If that is what you command, that is what I shall do.
Lyra's gonna like take off her armor and as many layers as she can, so she can sleep while decent, but not as hot.
Do you mind if I clean these while you sleep?
Why don't you get some sleep while I sleep?
Oh, please, I don't need sleep. A shield wizard must always be ready. I've not slept all...
Okay. Lyra's just gonna go find a place to lie down.
As will Ash.
All right. Let me say then, I don't think we have enough time left for a encounter. I think it would be reasonable to say that you circle back and we've got like 30 minutes or less. What I love about Corsairport is that I was like, all right, guys, this is going to be a hardcore murder campaign. There's going to be fights every single time. We're going to get in here and do this. And this party has still managed to turn it into a like RP rich talking environment with negotiations. And that, that has nothing to do with me. That's entirely on you guys. And I think that's fascinating. And that's where we're at now.
I think you make characters that like make us want to negotiate. Like, I'm not going to come in there and like start killing that dark elf.
You mean, I don't know, Mr. Slavery apologist? Okay. Like what you choose to do is your own call, Connor. I don't control your character.
But to talk to him, we have to like promise that we wouldn't kill him, or at least.
I know.
I never promised I wouldn't kill him.
Well, yes, you could have killed him then.
But the way he phrased it was, Ash would make sure that no one was injured during the negotiating. To which Ash agreed.
That's fair.
As you know, a paladin's word is their bond.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm not gonna kill him yet. We can get him to give us money, and then we can kill him.
Oh my god, Lyra, were you just never a good cleric, or did you just drop to the neutral status?
She isn't sure if he's evil or not. She only knows that he might be with slaves,
I
but
understand.
maybe she can change his mind and reform him.
Just to be clear, if your reasoning is if he's evil, I can murder him and take his stuff, you're no longer good. You're neutral because what you want is self-enriching.
No. That was Cotton saying that.
You all return on.
Well, so can I, as an old man, I only sleep like 3 to 4 hours at a time, like little cat naps. So anytime I wake up, the armor that's been taken off tonight, if there's any like little dinks or nicks or anything, I want to use mending to fix up the armor while I sleep.
Absolutely. You can make all of their gear nice and shiny.
Yeah. And then I like take a nap and then I wake up and, if I missed anything the first time, I'll do it again.
Perfect. In the morning, you all head back home, and there are no problems because Lyra can perfectly guide you back home.
Can I hunt for some?
Nope.
Sorry, what was that, Connor?
I was just going to ask, can we explore a little bit more?
I'm super afraid that you'll trigger an encounter.
What if we just like scout the map and there's no encounters? Like, can we just do that?
No. What's the point?
Well, because then we can learn more about the area. Like, I feel like
what you could learn more about the area is all the tasty and delicious things that live in it. Surely there is enough time for you to move at half speed and scavenge the entire way back. What are you looking to find? Meat, vegetables, moss, trees? Like, are we talking you're bringing back branches?
All the above, man.
Lyra wants to go find some meat.
Very well. I'm just going to top level this question. Do you have any objection to giant rodent?
Yes.
Then the meat is going to be thin pickings. Anyone that wants to get involved, it sounds like Ash is thinking about this. Well, Bork, are you also thinking about doing some hunting?
Oh, please! If you want breakfast, I can go find something while you two continue to rest.
We're gonna take some food back to the village.
Ah, Ah, well then I will assist however I can.
Let's have everyone make a survival check then. A group survival check, and based on how well you do, I will tell you how much stuff you get. Ash with a 15, Lyra with a 17. These are solid results. Old Man Winter.
I already did.
Oh, you got a 15 as well.
Yeah.
You all gather up what appears to be a whole lot of meat. Let me find a reasonable price on this meat here.
I'm going to try and carry as much of it as I possibly can.
You realize I have Echo.
Oh, I don't want to overtax your horse in case it should be needed. Please allow me.
I attempt to take all of the meat from him.
Yeah, how many pounds do we get?
All right, so one chunk of meat, which I would assume is probably like 8 ounces of meat, like a half pound, is 3 silver pieces. I'm gonna say that you guys could sell all this meat for you have 12 chunks of meat. We're talking squirrels, rabbits, small animals. You have enough to feed a family of 12.
So we each got 4, like in theory.
Yes.
Whenever we get back to the village, I'm going to just offer my portion up to the woodcutters or any other laborers that I see.
Ah, very well.
I would also like to give my chunks to the woodcutters so I gave the squirrel to last time.
Excellent. You're giving 4 more squirrels to them as well. Fulbork?
I'll give my meat to whoever we give meat to first.
Very well. The head of the loggers says, "Oh, this is so kind of you. Absolutely amazing. How... You know, I spoke with the furriers the other day. They'd be interested in buying these pelts from you." Not just to leatherwork the skin of these animals, but the fur as well. Apparently fetches a decent price around here for shoes as an internal lining.
Thank you for the tip. I guess we should go and see them.
We'll dress the animals here for you.
That's very generous.
No, thank you.
No, what you have done is generous. I didn't realize that you were a prince, and he like bows to you.
Oh, he is a mighty hero indeed. Stay a while and listen as I tell you of his exploits.
Stay a while.
Stay a while. Listen.
You head into town looking for the furrier. There is a furrier shop outside of which you notice sea animal pelts. It seems like this location is where foreign pelts are brought in and then worked to clothing for people that live here, right? Because it's so cold all the time. But you do notice several of the squirrels that you have brought back previously seem to be on sale here. Their fur is being used to line the inside of shoes and keep them warm and soft. One of the furriers comes out and says, You're Lyra Fulbright, right? The squirrel girl."
I am.
The name's Hashram.
It's nice to meet you.
I understand you've got quite a hand with a knife. Fairly good at killing squirrels and the like.
I guess so.
I don't think you realize how much that kind of skill is worth around here. It is rare to get furs. The price is quite exorbitant because it has to be shipped for several weeks from foreign lands. Premium, really. Even these squirrels could fetch several gold piece worth of price. Certainly far more than one would find anywhere else. 3 squirrels is enough to make 1 shoe's worth. It's a solid business, shoemaking around here. Village of 2,000 people, and there's 19 folks involved in making shoes.
I heard you make warm shoes.
I do make warm shoes.
How much does it cost for warm shoes?
Well, are you looking to upgrade your current shoes?
I'm just curious.
Do you have any warm socks? I could use another pair.
We don't do socks specifically around here, but I can direct you to a shoemaker from where you might buy socks. Something yarned.
Much appreciated.
He gives you directions to what is essentially like a cottage industry, I think is what it's called, like people who work out of their house.
All right.
He says to Lyra, if you provide the materials, the cost of the work is relative. If you were to bring me 6 squirrels, I could rework those particular shoes. I'd need to get a closer look at them, but for 6 silver pieces, I could turn them into quite warm, very fuzzy. It would be like 3 squirrels caressing your feet every single day. The heels would be reinforced, and, you know, the arches, we like to make sure our clients' feet are well prepared.
Could you make me appear a little bit taller?
Absolutely. And we won't tell anyone about it either. If you have such squirrel pelts to provide for us, the work can begin immediately. If not, you can purchase pelts of whichever animal you wish to adorn your feet.
I think I will require a little bit of time to bring you back some fur.
Very well. We are always ready and willing to work. There's little to do around here, honestly.
I'll offer Lyra, like, my pelts as well, if you want them.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
From the meat place, right?
Yeah, because we each got 4, I assume, right?
So you left the squirrels with the lumberjacks, the loggers,
right,
so that they could, you know, remove the meat part and skin them. So they're going to turn it into squirrel leather and the fur to the furriers for you.
Okay.
So, Lyra, if you leave these guys 6 silver pieces and the promise that the lumberjacks will bring the pelts over, they can get work done immediately. But you have to also leave your shoes here.
I actually leave the shoes that I got with the traveler's clothes and not my armor shoes.
Boom. Very well.
But I probably have to go to the inn and grab them first.
Very well. He already, as soon as you bring it back, he already starts and turning them into like platform shoes, giving them an extra inch there. What do you want to do with the other 6 pelts that they're not using? He says, these look fine. Excellent pelts. I would pay 12 gold pieces for the remainder. That's a lot of money. Solid price.
Ash, maybe we should get warm shoes for that.
Gizmo?
Oh, Gizmo? I was gonna say
Old work.
Fulbrook, since he seems to be cold all the time.
Oh no! Please, my comfort is of no concern. Perhaps you need another pair.
Your obsequiousness is so good.
Whenever he speaks, I either feel a bit sorry for him or concerned about him. So maybe we should do something for him.
I agree. Let's make him a pair of shoes.
So this guy goes, well, we don't really make shoes here. We improve them.
Fulbrook, do you have some shoes you want improved?
I think bugbears actually walk around barefoot. I think I'm looking for like 80s leg warmers.
That's what I would have thought. I would have thought like he's
to
barefoot.
help with the blood flow.
Can you make something to like just kind of hang on the man? His whole body's just it's weird.
It's furry. It's very furry.
Wow. Conorhughes and Cotton out here dunking on furries, huh? Okay, that's where we're at.
Oh yeah, you already had the like. No, those are plates on top. Okay, yeah.
Is more fur gonna make that warmer? How are you always cold?
Because he's old. They make no sense. They always...
No, she's asking him in person.
Oh. Oh, the blood slows down. The fur is not as thick as it used to be.
Okay.
You think perhaps they could make me some socks with a nice checkered pattern?
I think we have to ask somebody else for socks. That's what he said. And then I lean over to Ash and say, we've got to make this guy as comfortable as can before he dies. He's going to die.
You're so morbid, Lyra. Yeah, of course we can get him some socks. They said the yarn place was just down the road, I think, right?
Shoe farrier, I believe is what he said.
Oh, this is what Corsairport has become. Shopping at the shoe place. You acquire a set of socks for him with little to no problem. It is inconsequential to your gold amount.
And he is just overcome, tears streaming down his cheeks that he just...
Oh, these are like compression socks too. I mean...
Yeah, just like... I can't ever thank you enough. And inconsolably happy.
So I'm drawing him right now with that.
Yes,
Tears.
I know. I could see the tears. So good.
It's adorable.
I think I picture him much older than you've drawn him.
Yeah, probably. Yours looks way better.
No, I mean, yours is awesome. But I mean, like the character that you've described so far, like he's way older than like, and way less animated than your guy. You know?
I think that maybe Mick is playing up his level of servility up a little bit.
Well, yeah, he's still like a level 7 wizard, right? So he's still like super powerful.
We don't know that. He's just an old man who followed us.
Well, I gotta tell you, casting Lehman's Tiny Hut is a pretty powerful spell.
Last time I rolled Arcana on spells, I did really bad. I don't have a very good knowledge of them.
That's true.
I gave Wynn Leomin's Tiny Hut, so I sort of know that. Out of character.
Friends, I feel like this is the time to draw ourselves to a close. Draw ourselves to a close? Oh. I wish I had intended that. That's the painful part. We learned a lot about the world. We did a lot of shopping. We learned a whole lot about full board.
I mean, I thought I was going to die tonight. I was super excited to just get right to the shit.
You're going to die next time with the Hellhounds, for sure. Let me tell you something. You guys are going to roll crap on initiative, and the Hellhounds are going to roll you in a flaming wave.
Look, we're going to go in stealthy, all right? We're going to like make them go through the door, just like you said.
Which one of us can stealth? Just pick one. If you can find one person that can stealth, I'll agree with your plan.
The horse.
Gizmo stealths.
So we said Gizmo went by himself.
Listen, Gizmo can't stealth. Gizmo has a giant turret that he has to put someplace and shoot rockets out of.
Yeah, but he can't.
I'm super excited about that, though.
I mean, we can stand in front of the door anyway.
Gizmo's plan is to open a door and invite someone to run inside so that his little turret can blind camp them from a corner.
Oh, Wolverk's going to be more than happy to run inside if that's what he needs. He needs bacon.
Oh, jeez.
Roast
Not
bugbear.
with those socks.
You know, he actually looks like a Jedi Master in your picture now, Connor.
Is that?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen Star Wars, but when he was drawing that, it reminded me of like some strange Yoda character.
Yeah, yeah. He just looks like a furry Yoda.
With a very flat head.
I love the immensely long ear whiskers. It is disgusting.
I mean, at a certain point, you stop caring about those sorts of things.
Friends, let us do some outros. Mccomicker, or as some have called you, like some call him robSHEPart. Some have called you Rik-Jaxx.
I actually, where is it? Rebecca made me.
No, please no.
No, she made me this while I stream to remind me.
Don't be a dick.
That's fantastic.
But yes, I am Mccomicker. I draw comics, sometimes very abrasively, and I stream most days on Twitch. That's what I do. Really not that exciting. Someone who is way more exciting than me and draws comics you can order through previews right now at your local comic shop is conorhughes.
That's right. Yeah, if you have a local comic book store that you frequent, please ask for us. We're in the catalog right now, so that's how they order them. So if you ask for White Ash from Scout Comics, and if you follow me on Twitter, there's links there. We can see some information about that at conorhughes. You can also see me on Twitch at conorhughes, twitch.tv/conorhughes. So yeah, check us out. Cotton, what's going on with you?
Hi, I'm Cotton. I doodle and stuff. You can find me on Twitter or I hang out on AP's Discord. My commissions are open to help me pay for the super expense that I have. Weddings are a lot more expensive than I thought they were going to be.
I mean,
they're
wedding in
crazy.
Nebraska, it's probably like 3 cows and a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't own any cows.
Yeah.
I thought you had all kinds of
No.
animals.
Can't wait to see that cow on the Amazon wish list.
The funny thing, I actually got someone to texture my house for a 6-pack. That's what I gave him to do.
Oh yeah, I've paid for plenty of work with a 6-pack. That is the Midwest for you.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we had that out here. It's so expensive to do stuff.
Let's go back to AP.
Instead of doing an outro, I want to tell you guys about a little place called Jamaica. I know, weird flex, right? We took a strange direction. In Jamaica, houses are built exactly the same everywhere. And it's not like they have a contracting company to do it. When you're growing up, you're expected to learn one of several parts of house building. And then you help your neighbors build their houses. And when it comes time for you to move out of your parents' house, your new neighbors will help you build your house. And it'll take years, and it will be a community project, but it will get done. I swear this is true. I saw it in Ocho Rios. I saw thousands of houses that looked exactly the same. It was fascinating. An immense cultural project done by a whole community. I think that's pretty cool. Also, I'm Arthur Perkins, but you already know that if you're here, Apgamingreal, I stream a bunch. There's new chat rules, by the way, so let's try to follow them. If you see them, don't be a dick. It's basically the number one. Everybody good for next week? What are we looking at next week? That's Thanksgiving week, so who knows?
I'm around.
Very well.
I mean, I will also be around, I believe.
Cotton?
I have a solid maybe.
Very well. Well, then we just need to get a solid maybe from Shep or Bearded, and we can get 4 people together to go raid the Hellhounds. I feel like we're in one of those MMO raid lists. We got like 2 check marks, 1 empty slot, and 1 person who hasn't readied up yet. And you're just like, oh, is this ever going to happen? Searching realm. That's it, friends. Any closing thoughts? Anything we want to pull together here?
I just want to say, again,
Good to be back. I know, it's good to have you back. Sorry about missing the intros, guys, but I'd like to say you really didn't miss anything, but you actually did miss some pretty cool stuff. So, have a good night.
All right.